one. So we have created 3 chain spaces, and then chain 4 again, turn the work, continue with the decrease, so single crochet in the second one, chain 3, single crochet in the third, chain 2, we have only 2 left. So this row we'll make 2 chain spaces, so chain 2 and and double crochet in the last one, and then chain 4, this is the last row, and single crochet in the second one, so that means this is the last chain space. Okay, this is what we have done until now. So we have created a mesh, so like a net, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 4, 3, 2, 1 chain spaces. And then we will move the yarn to the bottom, to the base ring. The way to do that is to make chain spaces next to the net we have made in this way to the bottom. So to start, chain 4 and single crochet here. It's just a row with 2 chain spaces. And then chain 3, and we make a single crochet on the edge of the net that we have made. Chain 3, single crochet in this chain space, then single crochet in the next one, repeat until you reach the bottom. So this is the last chain space. This is the finished look. So we have made 15 chain spaces on the edge. So you can count it. It is 15 15 chain spaces. And then we will start to work the edge of the petal. And on the edge, we will have 30 rows of single crochet. So since we have 15 chain spaces, so in each chain space, we will make 2 rows of single crochet. So 2 rows in each chain space. So let's start with the first row. First, make a slip stitch in the first chain space, and then chain 4, single crochet starting from the second stitch. So we will make 3 single crochets. This is the first row, and then make a slip stitch in the same chain space, and then turn the work. We will work always in the back loop starting from now. So single crochet in the back loop. So after you turn the work, we will work in the back loop. make 1 row of single crochet in the back loops. So that would be 3 single crochets. And then chain 2. We will make increases, so that's why we chain 2 and start from the second chain from the hook. So that means the first chain that we have made. Make 1 single crochet, and then we reach the single crochet of the last row. So make 3 single crochets. So altogether on this row we will have 4 stitches. And then slip stitch in the same chain space and turn. On this row I will also make increase. So first make 4 single crochets in the back loop. And then chain 2. Starting from the second chain from the hook, make 1 single crochet and continue in the back loop. Make another 4 single crochets. Altogether there will be 5 single crochets on this row. And since we will have 2 rows in each chain space, so it's time that we move to the next chain space. Make a slip stitch, turn the work, still working in the back loop. And then chain 2. Single crochet in the second chain from the hook, and continue single crochet in the back loop. Slip stitch in the same chain space. Turn the work, single crochet, so there will be 6 stitches. And then turn the work, 2 chain spaces, and 1 starting from the second chain from the hook, make 1 row single crochet, but we just make it in the back loop. So now we should have 7 stitches in the row. Single crochet, and now turn the work, make 1 row of single crochet in the back loops, and now we will make we already have 7 stitches in the row, so we will stop the increase. So we will make 7 stitches around the petal. So that means 22 rows of 7 stitches of single crochet. And so since we don't need to do increase, we will just make chain 1 and turn the work, starting from the first single crochet of the last round. So in the next 20 rows of 7 stitches, so there will be no increase or decrease. Just repeat this process in the same way until you have 22 rows of single crochets like this. But in the last 4 rows, we will do decrease. So repeat this process until we are back with the 22 rows of single crochet with 7 stitches. So I've already made 22 rows of single crochets with 7 stitches. So then we'll start with the last 4 rows. First, make a slip stitch in the, so that means this is the last 2 chain spaces. We will make decrease. So to start, make single crochet in the back loop. This is still 7 stitches. And then turn, chain 1, skip the first one, start from the second one, the back loop. So that means on this row we will just make 6 single crochets. Slip stitch in the same chain space and turn, 6 single crochets in this loop, in this round. And then turn the work, continue with the decrease, chain 1, skip the first one, start from the second one. So that means 5 single crochets in this row. And then make a slip stitch in the last row, in the last chain space, and then turn, make 5 single crochets, turn the work, chain 1, continue for the decrease, skip the first one and the second, starting from the second one, make single crochets. So that means this is just 4 single crochets. Slip stitch, turn, and make 4 single crochets in each this round. Chain 1, and this is the last row. Skip the first one, start from the second one, working in the back loop, 3 single crochets, and then make a slip stitch in the chain space. So this is the end of this petal. This is the look. And after this, make 2 single crochets in the next 2 stitches in the base ring. One and 2. So we can start with this, with next petal. So all these 5 petals are made in the same way. And continue, just repeat this process for the last 2 petals.